championship matches will be on mat 3. Current team scores heading into the championship session here. Anago with 28, Michigan 39, Seymour 44, New London 56, Elkhorn area 64. Your top 10, O'Connell Falls and Denmark tied with 74, West De Pere 85.5, Freedom 92, Bayport 100, Hortonville 100.5. Your top 5, Port Washington 101.5, Pulaski 138, Luxembourg Casco 168, your current runner-up Coleman 181.5, and your current leader Kakana with 198. wrestlers, clear the mats, and good afternoon and welcome to the final round of the 52nd Pulaski Invitational.
Good afternoon, wrestling fans, and welcome to this Raider Strong Network broadcast of the 52nd Annual Pulaski Wrestling Invitational Finals. We are moments away from our national anthem. Once again, folks, we welcome you to the Fred Kessley Fieldhouse and the 52nd Annual Pulaski Wrestling Invitational Finals. You just heard Pulaski High School senior Ryan Bouchard deliver the national anthem. Wonderful job by Ryan. I'm Terry Manning, welcoming you here. Joining me in the broadcast booth this afternoon for our championship matches, former Pulaski wrestler, current Pulaski wrestling coaching staff member, Brock Manning. Brock, thanks for helping out today.
Yeah, thanks so much, Coach. It's great to be here. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so busy day for you. You're here in the broadcast booth. You've been down there coaching, and I'm sure plenty of setup and all that kind of work that goes into a tournament. How's the tournament been going so far today?
Yes, you know more than anyone how much work's involved in this tournament. We got a great staff and tons of volunteers to help out, which is great. And, folks, I'm not going to lie, I'm not Shane Sparks out here, but we're, dipping our toes in the water a little bit, getting ready here. So.
Well, none of us are Shane Sparks, that's for sure. We love his commentary and his enthusiasm and wish he was here today to take care of this, but we will try our darndest to fill in for that legend. So the tournament really has sped right along. It's amazing that here we are getting ready to blow whistles for the finals before 3:30, but that's where we're at. And we're, of course, going to start off at 106 pounds in just a few moments. But before we do that, we should go ahead and recap the team scores for you. Brock, it looks like Kaukauna is in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know how tough they are in the state, nationally even. They just have a lot of workhorses on their team, and they went to work today.
Kaukauna, of course, defending state champions in Division I. But in second place right now, another team that is no stranger to the top rung of the podium, and that's Coleman.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Casper gets these guys ready every year, and they really perform well today so far.
Luxembourg Casco, always a power in Division II, is in third place as we head into the finals. And a nice showing by Pulaski today so far in fourth place.
Yeah, we had a couple guys wrestle really well, get some favorable matchups and wrestle hard and wrestle tough when they had to. So some of those brackets, there's some grinder brackets in here. So our guys have been wrestling well today.
That's great to hear. Yeah, you're right. The Pulaski Invite is known for having some brackets that are unbelievable. It's that age-old saying that if you can place at Pulaski, you can place in the Kohl Center come the end of February. And today, of course, is no exception. So that Pulaski team, it's a nice, well-balanced squad. Maybe not a team that is marked by, big studs necessarily, but just a nice, well-rounded team.
Yeah, a lot of guys who are real scrappy and maybe aren't even in the rankings there, but they're gonna make a tough match for anyone. So it's always good to have guys like that on your squad.
Absolutely. So as we look at 106 pounds, again, just moments away here, folks, from the whistles blowing for the finals. We're looking at Wyatt Migalski from New London, a sophomore, and he's going to go up against Hortonville's Tristan Ellerman, also a sophomore. These two have been on a bit of a collision course today. Brock, what's been the path to the finals for these gentlemen?
Yeah, Wyatt from New London, he had a bye the first round, beat Pulaski from Kakana with a fall and then another fall. So he's on a pin streak right now. And then Ellerman from Hortonville, he had a bye as well, fall, and a 2-0 decision over Ashton Kapla in the semi. So a real tough match there.
Tight match there.
Yes.
Yeah. And I see that then Ashton Kapla from Pulaski going for 5th place here at this weight class.
Yes, he dropped down. He wrestled Watke out of Bayport. They've wrestled 3 times now this year. This was the closest match they've had. They went into overtime. So they wrestled the bi-state at the dual meet, the conference dual meet, and then again today. So they'll see each other at regionals most likely. We'll see what happens there.
Wow, that's you said 2 out of those 3 matches between Kapla and Watke have gone into overtime. So tight matches there.
Yes, I believe the bi-state was an overtime one. I believe the duel was a 3-1, something like that, and then another overtime. So yeah, it just they're both tough wrestlers, tough to score on, and they kind of know each other. So it just makes for a good matchup every time.
I think it's interesting, as you said, that it's likely that they'll see each other in the regional and perhaps the sectional, and thereafter, you hope. But that's an interesting thing about the Pulaski Invitational, being here the last weekend kind of the regular season, the weekend before conference tournament, 2 weeks before the regional, and it really is a tune-up for these guys as they head into the postseason.
Absolutely. This is the tournament that every year we look at as, here's a measuring stick going into the postseason. Where are we at? What do we need to work on? And what do we need to do to get better for that last postseason run?
Yeah, and I think that is the classic mentality that all the coaches who come here, and that's one of the attractions for this tournament, is we need to test ourselves and know where we're at. Where do we stand? Are we ready for that postseason run? And for these teams and individuals, they walk out of here today, they've got a pretty good sense of that.
Yeah, and you're wrestling guys from different divisions, so there's the ego of being in the same division. I might see this guy at sectionals. Yeah, Pulaski, Bayport, Kakana's in that sectional. But you're going to see Coleman. You're going to see some of these other teams, Luxembourg, Casco, that you're not going to see in the postseason. So let's get those tough matches now and figure out what we got to work on.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things I think fans love about this tournament is that that idea that, hey, we got all divisions here, matchups that you don't get to see in the Kohl Center, you get to see right here in Pulaski.
Yeah, you got a number 2 in D2 against a number whatever from D1. It's a great matchup every time. So it's definitely a great tournament to see some of those head-to-heads.
Absolutely. So we are growing ever so close to whistles blowing here, as I've mentioned, for the finals. We are going to do our best to bring you the sights and sounds. Unfortunately, we cannot bring you the tastes and smells of the Pulaski Invitational. If you were here, you, of course, would want to sneak out to that concession stand because, you can smell the Polish sausage and sauerkraut.
And the sun-drop slushies.
And the sun-drop slushies.
A staple.
They are staple items. You wash down that Polish sausage with a sun-drop slushie. It don't get no better than that, said the English teacher from Pulaski High School. So we hope to have a little bit of fun and frivolity here as we get set for these finals. A couple of noteworthy individuals that will be looking forward to calling their matches as we head into these finals. So a couple of gentlemen I just really feel the need to point out. One is Clayton Whiting from O'Connell Falls. Clay is a 182-pounder, but today he entered the tournament at 195.
Correct. Yes, he's wrestling 195 today.
So, and Clayton is a 3-time state champion, two-time Pulaski Invitational champ. Probably would be a three-timer had the tournament been held last year, but we had the issue with COVID. I don't know if anyone knows about that. There's a little pandemic going on. And so it's really great, though, to have the tournament running again and a normal season for these kids and these teams. But getting back to Clay Whiting, yeah, so he'll be stepping out there on the mat at 195 pounds today. And nationally ranked, just a heck of a competitor, and he's been taking care of business today. Another young man that looking forward to watching in the finals is Grayson Clark. Again, a nationally ranked individual. He's from Kaukauna, a returning state champion. And again, these guys showcasing their talents here today in the Fred Kessley Fieldhouse at Pulaski High School.
Yeah, and one note on Clay Whiting is he picked up his 150th career win today at the Pulaski Invitational. So 150 career wins for Clayton Whiting. That
is amazing. I remember Clayton wrestling in the finals here. Forgive me for not remembering the Luxembourg Casco opponent that he squared off with that day, but you knew something was special about that kid when he won the invite as a freshman. I think he was at 152. And that's a tough weight for a freshman to walk in, and you're starting to wrestle some upperclassmen, and he just did a heck of a job that year. I know he split a couple matches with that young man from Luxembourg Casco, but obviously was victorious when it all came down to it at the Kohl Center late in February. But a lot of ranked individuals. A lot of ranked teams here. 8 teams in the field are ranked. You mentioned Coleman being, that longtime Division III power, and they're currently ranked number 1 in the state of Wisconsin. Kaukauna also in Division I, ranked number 1. Coleman brought 11 state-ranked individuals into the tournament today. Kaukauna has 6 ranked wrestlers. What else can we tell you? Luxembourg Casco, they have a really nice squad. Brock mentioned before that Luxembourg Casco is in 3rd place right now with 168 points, 30 points behind the leader Kaukauna, but Lux Casco ranked number 2 in Division II. Well, it looks like we are ready for the fireworks to get started here at 106 pounds. Wyatt Migalski from New London, a 38-1 sophomore, ranked number 2 in Division II, and he'll be going against Tristan Ellerman from Hortonville, a 21-4 sophomore who's ranked number 6 in D1. These two have seen each other twice already this season. Migalski taking the first match, and the more recent one, though, I believe was in the On the Water finals, where Ellerman reversed the tide and won that bout. So we are underway.
The rubber match here.
Yep, we've got the rubber match here. And again, as you mentioned, Brock, this is one of those things that's it's wonderful to see. We've got a D1 and a D2, and what the heck, put it out there on the line. Who cares, right? Let's just get after it. So both wrestlers kind of getting to know each other again, reacquainted. As we said, this is the 3rd match in their series this year. A lot of hard hand fighting, some little fakes going on, and might be a little cautious as they're acquainted with each other. They've seen each other before. There's Migalski taking a shot to that left leg. Yeah, trying to come around on that single.
Nice
now he's got the head across.
To hip in there, but ultimately
Migalski doing a nice job with that cutback action where you get the right pressure and you can come across, cut across, and he found it. Now he's got leg Turk, and he's looking for that bottom shoulder. And he's getting a count. Nope. Official Kevin Gillett calls it off. Just got the one swipe. So 2-0 lead right now for Wyatt.
Yeah, Ellerman did a nice job of negating that Turk that he had in there. He had that leg trapped, and he snuck the other leg through and was able to crawl forward and get out of that.
Absolutely, yeah. That is truly a danger position. You see a lot of wrestlers going to that. It's a technique that everybody's going to, and so people are good at it nowadays. But it is hard to get out. Like you said, little dive forward, get a little crook in that leg so that it can loosen it up. So Migalski trying to go to work here on top, but that's the way this first period is going to end as we wind it down here. And 2-0 after one at 106 pounds. That was a quick period. No,
that was.
No off
that was
the mat.
Almost a minute or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So Wyatt wins the toss and decides to go bottom, I think, unless maybe I missed it. Maybe someone deferred, but Migalski on bottom at any rate. Ellerman on top, going with a little thigh pry action, trying to bust Wyatt down. Migalski doing a nice job of holding base and just trying to react to the pressure. And Ellerman pretty busy on top there, looking for inside wrists and getting off to the side, back in the saddle, making sure he's got control. So it might not look like there's a whole lot going on here, folks, but I can tell you that both these wrestlers are working hard. Now Wyatt looking to trap. Will get a little turn under going. Looking at these wrestlers' credentials, Brock, it says here that Wyatt has won 5 tournaments this year. He's also a freestyle state place winner. Now Wyatt looking, as you see there, looking again, trying to find a little turn under action, a little head spin turn under, trying to get those hips out. Now it does a little step over, but that's a little dangerous.
It is dangerous, yes. You get your hips too high there, it's easy to go the wrong direction.
Absolutely, but you got to like the way he's trying to create some movement underneath there. This looks like that 5th place match is done. Did you happen to catch what happened over there?
Kapla got a fall over Peshtigo. Sunin from Peshtigo.
Okay.
With about a second left in the second period.
Nice.
So a good way for him to end the day. After a tough match in the semis, a tough match in the wrestleback with Pulaski from Bayport, good way for him to end the day.
Yes. So 5th place for Pulaski's Ashton Kapla as we head into the 3rd period in this championship match at 106. Still 2-0. Wyatt Migalski with the lead and now riding. And Ellerman getting some action going, trying to create some movement down on bottom, looking for quad pod. He was doing almost like a little cartwheel action as well, but just trying to clear those hips. And Migalski doing a nice job of covering. Now it looks like Migalski has cross wrist and working on that cross wrist on top. Trying to dig out inside wrist now, putting a lot of pressure on top. But Ellerman doing a nice job of building back to base. And now to his feet. There he looks for a little Granby action from the feet. But Migalski doing a nice job of just following. Tough skill to impart to wrestlers is just, keeping your hips back in the saddle. And there comes Ellerman to his feet, reaches back for a little whizzer action, but they go off the mat with 1:08 left in the 3rd period. 2-0 the score in favor of New London. Ellerman gets to his feet and now cuts and turns in. He's neutral, 2-1. It could come down to this, Brock. We're less than a minute and we're neutral. There's what Migalski going to that left single leg.
Same shot from last time. Another nice job of Ellerman squaring up with them and Wyatt finding a way to score that again. That was awesome.
Really nice cutback finish there.
And you'll notice he's got that Turk again.
And there he is. You're
so
right.
He's right back in that same position, ready to score some backs here. But Ellerman, again, a nice job on clearing that bottom leg.
So we have seen Wyatt's go-to shot, and good luck stopping that one, folks. You can know it's coming, but, man, he's just relentless with it. So he got it when it counted. He got one in the first period, nailed one in the second period when it was 2-1. Ends this match 4-1. Congratulations to Wyatt Migalski from New London. He's your Pulaski Invitational champion, the first one we crowned tonight. 4-1. Heck of a nice match between those two guys, and I bet we haven't seen the last of them this year. So as we go along tonight, of course, in between bouts, there will be the awards ceremony. Of course, we'll get the 113-pound matches going right away, and then once we get into that pattern of having a break between, we'll give the awards for the previous weight class. So after 113 is done, 106s will be on the medal stand. But we're going to turn our attention to 113 right now, and we have Ethan Eggert for the Red Raiders of Pulaski and Wyatt Skiba from Hortonville. So Hortonville pushing their first two wrestlers, first two weight classes into the finals.
Yeah, what a great room that's got to be at that weight. Those two working together every day, I'm sure they're just making each other better.
Eggert comes in with a 29-5 record, Eggert the junior, and Skiba, also a junior, ranked number 4 in Division I. But Skiba, of course, state runner-up a year ago. Has plenty of credentials here, but we are underway at 113 pounds. And Brock, of course, I know you're going to be a little biased. That's okay. I am too. But Ethan Eggert putting together a nice season.
Yeah, he really is. He's really coming to his own. He's got a couple of nice go-to shots. There's one of them right there. Real tough with some of these positions and finding a way to get to them when it matters. And these two likely to see each other again in 3 weeks. So a good measuring stick again for both wrestlers.
Right. As I recall, these two teams go different directions for regionals, but they'll come back together for sectionals.
Yes, the sectional tournament is at Hortonville this year.
Oh, so it's at Hortonville this year. Okay.
We will be traveling there.
Good. Ethan picking up a caution there. When you're in the neutral position and you're in the ready to start, you can only have your feet on the mat. You cannot touch the mat with your hands. And he did a little depth finder there to see where he was with his stance, and that's a no-no. But just a caution. Hope that doesn't come back to haunt him later in the match. But it's Skiba who's in on a shot now, and Ethan doing a nice job of fighting it off in this counter offense position, getting hips back and
chest up, getting his chest high, putting a lot of pressure on Skiba's shoulder here.
There you go, and that's where that's
it's hard for him to advance from there. So
yeah, absolutely,
that's all right.
Stalemate, and we'll come back to center for a fresh start. Ethan Eggert, place winner at the Bi-State. He's a state freestyle champion. And there he is again on that, attacking that right leg with that single leg attack. It's a nice shot for Ethan. But now Skiba coming back. He fights it off, comes back and attacks left leg. And, oh, he is close. He's got near arm, near leg. And, dang it, he has Ethan Eggert in trouble right now. But hopefully we're going to be saved by the bell, and he is. Wow. Skiba just exploded for some points right there. And now he has a 5-0 lead. We're 0-0 with about 10 seconds left. And, boom, just like that.
Yeah, beautiful reshot by him. A re-attack and kept that elbow tight so he could score some back points there.
wow, that broke it open right there. I mean, you got to be feeling like, hey, I'm in a good spot, 0-0 with the state runner-up. And I don't know, all of a sudden, right, maybe you get out of position a little bit or you get an arm trapped, and it's 5 donut just like that as we head into that second period with Skiba on top. Brock, what did we have here for the path to the finals for these gentlemen?
Yeah, Skiba was the 1 seed, so he got to bye the first round. Tech fall and an 11-5 decision in the semis. For Ethan, he was a 3 seed. He got a bye, a fall, and 5-2 decision in the semis. So both wrestlers coming off of, a quick first round, a bye, a quick first round, and then, a full match the second round. So they should be primed and ready to go.
So Ethan picked off a 2nd seed. You said he was a 3rd seed coming into the tournament.
Yes, he wrestled Lemieux from Coleman, a 29-9 junior, and Ethan won 5-2 in the semis.
That has to be a big win for him, an important one for the team. Here we are with about a minute left. Halfway through this bout at 113 pounds, Skiba with the 5-0 lead. Caution on Skiba, got a little jump there. So far, Skiba doing a nice job on top, just controlling. Hasn't really been close to putting Ethan in any kind of a predicament, but just real solid on top.
He's real tough with that head pressure, too. You notice he's putting his head on top of Ethan's here, and it's really hard for Ethan to start anything when his head's on the mat and his head's down.
Absolutely, and he was able to, from time to time there, you see him sneaking up to a quad pod position, but still that pressure makes it hard to seal off and find some hand control and turn in and finish. So, and then here we are back down in base. 20 seconds left in this second period. Again, Skiba looking pretty comfortable on top, willing to just stay there in control. But now a warning for stalling against Eggert. Not to second guess the official, but I think both wrestlers are working. But,
yeah,
that's just me. But that's the way it ends here in the second period. Still that 5-0 lead on the strength of the explosion in the first period with only seconds remaining.
Right, it really makes a difference at this point in the match here. If you're in Ethan's shoes, you got to score 5 points in 2 minutes here just to tie it up. So,
right. I mean, and if he could have snuck out of that first period without giving up a takedown and back points, wow, it's a totally different narrative to this match.
Absolutely.
So Ethan on top. He likes being on top. He's tough kid on top, doing his darndest to control. But that's quite a deficit to erase against a wrestler as talented and experienced as Skiba. But there's Ethan doing a nice job of breaking him down, looking for cross wrist. Can't quite find it, but Skiba does a little turn under, and he's going to reverse this right away. And now we're at 7-0 in favor of Skiba from Hortonville. Nice little turn under action by Wyatt Skiba. Again, Skiba 16-1 on the year. He was a preseason national champ. Impressive. 1 minute left in this championship bout. Now we've got a warning against Skiba. Right. Looks like felt that he could be a little more active on top, so he's going to get dinged. That gives us a fresh start with 53 seconds remaining. Again, there it is again, just as you said before, Brock, where Skiba likes to get out there on that spiral action and then uses his head to create that head pressure. Now he comes cross-face looking for cradle. Ethan does a nice job of fighting that off, though, and it might not look like he's in great position now where he's down on his belly, but that's better than having that cradle locked up. So Ethan just doing his darndest to battle here and weather this storm that's coming on top, because Wyatt Skiba is putting the pressure on in that ride. That is a tough ride. Now Ethan able to get to his feet, and he's looking to get hand control and turn in, but just runs out of real estate as they go off the mat with 7 seconds left in the bout. So fresh start. Pretty tough to pick up 7 points here with 7 seconds left. So this is the way it's going to end. But heck of a job by Ethan Eggert today. And of course, your champion at 113 pounds, Wyatt Skiba from Hortonville, locking up a 7-0 victory and a Pulaski Invitational Championship. Congratulations to Wyatt Skiba of Hortonville. You turn your attention to the place winners over there at 106 pounds.
Presenting the awards this afternoon, Hall of Fame former Pulaski coach Joel Kind.
We've got Joe Kind over there handing out awards. Great to see Joe here at the Invite. Hall of Famer, longtime Pulaski coach, just an absolute legend in the sport and a beloved coach by many here, by the Pulaski faithful. So just looking back over our place winners there at 106 pounds, as we said, Ashton Kapla from Pulaski taking 5th place. It was Jandrin from Jake Jandrin from Luxembourg Casco, who was in 4th. From Bayport, it was Owen Wathke from Bayport getting 3rd. And then you saw it right here where Tristan Ellerman from Hortonville was the runner-up, with Wyatt Megalski from New London picking up his first Pulaski Invitational Championship. So congratulations to all those place winners at 106 pounds. We're going to turn our attention to 120 pounds, where we're going to see Easton Warchick from Luxembourg Casco and Lucas Peters from Kaukauna. This I see as an interesting one, Brock. These young men, we've got a junior and a sophomore, but tons of experience. Couple of absolute studs here at 120 pounds.
Absolutely, and studs with tough schedules. You know, they might have 5, 8 losses, whatever it is, but these guys aren't wrestling slouches each week. They're wrestling Pulaski Invite competition, so they're battle tested and they're ready to go for this.
It should be an interesting one here at 120. So we are underway. Again, Peters from Kaukauna with the green ankle band. Warchick from Luxembourg Casco with the red ankle band. These two really are no strangers. They trained together at AWA in Green Bay. Seen plenty of them. They aren't shy about mixing it up in that wrestling room, and we've seen quite a few AWA wrestlers throughout the day here at the Pulaski Invite, and I'm sure we'll mention a few others as we go on throughout these finals. But really a different kind of mindset from back in the day, where we have wrestlers from different schools getting together at these academies and training together and making each other better, and it really is a great situation. It's just interesting the way the sport has evolved, and in that way. Again, we've got these two guys, Lucas Peters and Easton Warchick. There's Peters in on that single leg and converts. He's got a 2-0 lead right now, and he is running that half hard, but Warchick able to fight it off and stay out of any kind of predicament there. But as I said, these two familiar with each other, trained together at AWA in the off season, and it's just kind of a neat situation where, you know, you can have, you know, iron sharpen iron.
Absolutely, and these guys too, 2 different divisions. You know, there's there's no risk. You're going to see each other at a Pulaski Invitational. You're going to see each other around the state a little bit, but when it comes time to get on the medal stand, it doesn't matter. You're in different divisions, so why not mix it up and get better?
Yep, get in there and let it fly. Again, that was that a 1-2-2? Was that a 1 minute first period? Oh my golly, these are going fast. When they stay on the mat and wrestle, man, it's quick. So we are already in the second period. Again, Lucas Peters with the lead, that Galloping Ghost. And again, his team in the lead right now, but Peters going to get a caution there, a little quick start on bottom. Warchick in the top position, 2-0, the lead by Peters. Warchick able to get a little mat return there. Warchick looking to sneak a leg in, but Peters seals him out with that arm, but now lets it go. Oh, we're going to go potentially dangerous on the leg. So another fresh start here at 120 pounds. Now Warchick gives him the charity escape. He wants to get things going on his feet. 3-0 the lead by Peters. And now Warchick going upper body, digging in there on underhooks, and he's got to be careful because I will tell you that Lucas Peters is not afraid to let loose with something.
Well,
up
he
there.
was a freestyle state champ, so he knows what he's doing.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't mind playing around up there. But now Warchick trying to get back down to those low-level attacks. Interesting matchup between these two. Now Warchick in on a leg, takes that inside shot, almost a little fireman's, now changes off to high crotch double. He's close, and Warchick, no, they're still scrambling. Warchick so close to scoring on that. Wow, what a
great job by Peters, just
great
continuing
job
to wrestle.
Yeah,
just
he's
keep
here.
wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't stop at all. Fought it all the way, and now he's back to nearly a neutral position, but Warchick cranking on that front quarter Nelson. But he's going to run out of time with 5 seconds left in this period.
Great job by Peters staying alive there.
What an exchange that was. Really nice shot, nice attack by Warchick.
Nice
Love the way he
changeover.
changed off to, cut across on a double, high crotch to double. Seemed like he had Peters dead to rights, but Peters just kept going. And there's something for any young wrestlers out there watching, something to learn. Never say die, right? But Warchick, starting in the bottom position, is able to get a reversal, picks up 2, and then cuts Peters for the escape. Now we're at 4-2 in favor of Lucas Peters, and I don't think that Austin Warchick cut him just to stand around. You're going to see some things get flying here. We've got 1:30 left in this championship bout at 120 pounds. Be interesting to see the approach that Lucas Peters takes in this last minute or so of wrestling. Is he going to be content to have that 2-point lead, and it doesn't look like it as he just fires off a shot? Warchick cut him. I thought we would see a little more action, unless he's waiting to take her right down to the end and snake a 2 and push it to overtime. 45 seconds left. Warchick with a little slide by over tie shrug action. Doesn't convert. Trying to assess the situation. 30 seconds. Now Warchick comes back to that. He's digging upper body. Peters doing a nice job of keeping his head in there and fighting off, but now he's going to get dinged for stalling. A little warning for stalling. Here. Warchick looking to lay. He's got a head and an arm. Looks like he's got underhook.
He's looking for something here.
And he is trying to make it happen.
And he's even telling the ref how to do his own job. That's crazy.
There you go. Well, sometimes they need a little encouragement. Here he goes again, coming across, digging in. 8 seconds left. And Peters has his running shoes on. He's just diving. We are close here, and that's going to be two.
That was amazing. Great job.
He's going to get it. So Warchick picks up the 2-point takedown on that shot. We're going overtime. 1 minute on the clock. There it was, Brock. I asked the question earlier. What's his strategy?
Yes.
He's kind of dancing around. Was he going to wait and try to fire one off at the end? And that's what he does.
And to your point, it can be hard. You score with a minute left. You know, you have to make a decision. Do I cut him? Am I going to ride him out here? What's going to happen? Just a great job by him to find that shot right at the end.
So now Peters taking that shot. This is where he started the match, was scoring in neutral position, but he's close to
get it here.
He's close to it here. If he can step over that near leg, he's looking to hook that near leg, but Warchick doing a nice job of recovering position. Now he's in a double leg, looking to cut across. He's got his toes in. That is, oh my golly.
Wow.
He waves it off and says they're neutral. That was a great recovery by Easton. Warchick did everything he needed to do, drug the toes, but the ref says no, we're going back to center. He's going to let the wrestlers decide it, and now we're back to that upper body, and Warchick, it goes to the well a little bit too many times with that upper body. Lucas Peters able to counter.
What a fun match.
That was
a fun
amazing.
match.
That's what we said. Hey, let's let it fly. And these two Warriors did just that. So hats off to them. Congratulations to Lucas Peters picking up a Pulaski Invitational title in overtime. Wow, what an exchange that was.
That was great.
Lots of fun there.
Your attention to the awards area, please.
That's got the old heart pumping now.
Those Casco coaches might be wishing this was NCAA for a little instant replay action on the edge of the mat there.
Let's go to the table. All right.
That was close.
Let's throw the brick in there. And you're right, Brock, though. That was
close.
That was so close on the edge there in overtime, where Warchick did a nice job of recovering, cutting across, dragging the toes. But that's the way it shook out, with Lucas Peters picking up the takedown. We direct your attention over there to the place winners at 113 pounds. Just recapping the medalists there. We've got, well, I'm going to mess up this last name, a young man from Frida. Looks like Tomazevic ended up in 5th place. 4th place was Jerebic from Luxembourg Casco. Lemieux ends up in 3rd. Lemieux from Coleman. And then you heard us call the match here in the finals. It was Ethan Eggert as the runner-up. Wyatt Skiba from Hortonville, your champion at 113 pounds. So congratulations to all the medalists there at 113 pounds for the Pulaski Invitational. Congratulations. We're going to turn our attention to 126 pounds, where we're going to see Caden Schumacher from Port Washington square off against Brian Winans from Kaukauna. And that match is underway. Starting off with some hard hand fighting. Winans getting to a little 2-on-1, and then it's Schumacher who fires off a nice double leg, but Winans doing a nice job of fighting that off. Look at his baseline defense. Head and chest high, hips down. That's tough to convert on that, and their referee, John Shevchuk, calls a stalemate and says, let's get back to a spot where we can have some action. So good job by both wrestlers so far. Schumacher, the junior, looks like he's ranked number 11 in Division I. Winans, the Kaukauna product, number 2 in the state. I'm sorry, number 4 in the state. Got off my home row there for a moment. Number 4 in the state. Winans taking a little inside shot, but Schumacher able to fight that off. Nice job by Schumacher circling in, keeping the action there on the mat. And Schumacher again firing off a nice touch and go double. Changes off to a single. Actually, I would say Winans forced him to change off to a single there with good hip pressure, counter offense. Interesting to see that touch and go, tap and go double leg action from Schumacher. We'll see if he connects on one of those as the match goes on. Winans comfortable digging in there, upper body. There you see Schumacher again doing that little tap action. He's just checking right now. He wants to make sure, hey, am I close enough? Can I get those hands to come up? Ooh, nice little snap action. All right, snap the arm, snap the head. He's just, again, just a little echolocation with that tap and go. I want to make sure he's close enough that I can get him if I drop, step, and penetrate. So the first period ends in zeros. Winans in the bottom position. A little hip heist, turn in. He's close to getting his one. They are close to neutral here, but well, I like that call. Let's just stalemate it so we can have a nice clean cut of it and we can get back to neutral. So 1-0 Winans from Kaukauna. Now Winans fires off a double, but Schumacher looking for a little drag go behind or backhand go behind. Just falls just short of that. Now they're dancing in this over-under. This could be interesting. I would say Winans looks a little more comfortable in this upper body tie than Schumacher does. Schumacher able to keep his head position in there and ward off anything that Brian Winans might be trying to set up. But now Winans able to sneak that head out and goes body lock, and he's right there on the edge. Oh boy, Brock, you know the deal there, right? We're on the edge, and he's just kind of waiting, because if Schumacher would have pushed back, thinking, oh, I better get back there and create some action, oh boy, it could have been trouble. Again, we are at 126 pounds. There's Schumacher attacking that single leg. He's been all double so far.
This 126 bracket is definitely one of the toughest ones here today. We've got 8 ranked wrestlers coming in, and we don't even have a full bracket. So
wow,
almost every match is a ranked opponent on a ranked opponent. So a lot of buys in the first few rounds, but every match has been tough.
How'd these guys get to the finals, Brock?
Winans, he went to work right away. He had 2 tech falls, so he had to buy 2 tech falls to get to the finals. And then, where are we at here? Schumacher from Port Washington had a tech fall, a fall, and a decision 3-1 over Noel from Bayport, who's wrestling for 3rd right now.
So Schumacher, a lower seed than today. Would have been about the, 5th seed or so, or actually maybe 7th seed?
Yeah, so he ended up pinning Brady Gross from Coleman in the quarterfinals. That would have been the number 2 seed, so he came out ready to go right away. Wow. Pinned the number 2 seed on his way to the finals.
So Caden Schumacher, so far the seed eater of our finalists. All right. And it just goes to show you, folks, I mean, it's this seeding, of course, important part of the administering the tournament. Wow, and there's Winans sneaking a quick tilt. He found 3, it looks like. Yep, there's John Shevchuk holding 3, and I'm surprised that Shevchuk awarded it, because now Winans goes right back to work. He's getting another count. He's going to blow this match wide open.
It's a great way to just run the score up, and you can find a tilt, roll it in there, and if you're probably not going to pin someone, but you're going to run that score up. All of a sudden it's 2-0, whatever the score was, and now it's 7-0. Just
Man,
like that.
He just blew it wide open. Yeah, I think it was 1-0 when this period started here. you know, when you're Caden Schumacher, you got to feel like, hey, I'm right here. I'm right in it.
This guy, yeah.
Escape and you know, fire off one of those doubles. Maybe you win this thing, but whoa. Brian Winans, credit to him, finding that tilt and blowing it wide open here. Oh, and he's close there with the little tucking that head under on the edge of the mat, but they're going to get a fresh start. 35 seconds left in this last period at 126 pounds, and this third period has been all Brian Winans. Winans with a 31-4 record, and like you said, Brock, you know this with the kids from Kaukauna, Luxembourg, you know, these squads, Coleman, they don't wrestle any pushovers. So you're seeing one of the best kids in the state right here, and he's got 4 losses, but wow. They put on a nice show there in that third period and picks up the championship here at 126 pounds in the Pulaski Invitational.
Well, you're right. If you're Schumacher, you got to be feeling pretty good at that point. And then all of a sudden, for the tide to turn like that is just, it's pretty amazing by Winans.
Yep. So we're going to take a look at these place winners at 120 pounds. Again, legendary coach Joel Kind over there handing out the medals.
Coach, do you know what Joe Kind was doing last night?
I do not.
He was setting up the Pulaski invite.
Of course he is. Of course he was. That is
He's a
not
true legend.
surprising.
He's here till 11 o'clock last night setting the tournament up.
You know, it's in his blood. He can't stay away. You never know. There's a chance that his wife might have said, Joe, why don't you go help?
The boys need some help.
The boys need some help.
Yeah.
Go help the boys with the mats, okay? You never know. Anyway, let's talk about these place winners at 120 pounds. The 5th place finisher was Pancratz of O'Connell Falls. 4th place, Nowak from Coleman. I'm sorry, that was 6th place. 4th place was Torres from Elkhorn. And 3rd place, Skiba from Hortonville. 2nd place, Easton Warchick from Luxembourg Casco. Trust me, you haven't heard the last of him this season. And then Lucas Peters doing a nice job there, picking up that overtime sudden victory at 120 pounds. So congratulations to Lucas Peters of Kaukauna, your champion at 120 pounds of the Pulaski Invitational.
Right now on mat 3, wrestling for the championship at 132.
So we come back to
Wearing the red ankle band, the state freestyle place winner,
center mat,
a champion at
and we've got 132-pound competitor Joey Showalter, Elkhorn area, versus Connor Smith of Kaukauna, another Kaukauna grappling ghost in the finals. Showalter, a senior, ranked number 2 in the state in Division I, and Connor Smith, a junior, ranked number 6.
You know, one of the great things about having Elkhorn around here, team-wise, they were 12th of 16 as of right now in the team standings. They always have some wrestlers who are really tough, and you'll see some sneak into the finals, sneak into 3rd place matches here. So we're definitely happy to have them around.
Yeah, they were an interesting pickup a few years ago. Now, you know, typically a little history lesson on the Pulaski Invite. I mentioned this is the 52nd time that teams have gathered for this event. And really, it's a tournament that started out way back in the day. Jim Ritchie, Joe Kind got it rolling, and it was intended to showcase the top talent, top teams here in northeastern Wisconsin, and that has really been the theme of it over all these 52 years. From time to time, we're able to sneak another team in there. A few years ago when Elkhorn was looking for a tournament and we had an opening, and that's a team, that's an area of the state that we don't get a lot of contact with necessarily down there, sort of southeastern Wisconsin. So they were, as you said, Brock, they were a good get for us here at the Pulaski Invite. And hey, all the teams, love that opportunity to see someone from a different part of the state. But really like to showcase the talent here in northeastern Wisconsin, which there's plenty of. So again, these two wrestlers here at 132, been a little bit of a theme in the finals here tonight. That
a lot of white singlets.
White singlets, there you go, there's the theme. But low scoring first period and fast first periods. These guys aren't heading off the mat too much, and just lots of action. We're trying to mix it up, getting to know each other, hard hand fighting, moving our feet. And so we've only got about 15 seconds left in this.
Showalter was in deep on a shot, on a inside high crotch type of shot, and just couldn't quite seal the deal earlier in the period. So gets almost that same position here again.
There he is getting close. He's probably not going to convert on this one. He's just going to run out of time. He's in that sort of semi-waterfall position, and nice job by Smith just fighting that off and surviving. Pushing it to the second period. Zeros on the board, and it's going to be Kaukauna taking the bottom position. Again, Connor Smith, 28-8 junior from Kaukauna, in the bottom position. Joey Showalter, he's no stranger to this sport. He is your number 2 ranked wrestler in Division I. The senior, 31-3 from Elkhorn. Now, Elkhorn does sneak up this way, and they wrestle in the Battle on the Bay over at Bayport. That's early in the season. Always a nice tournament to kind of test your mettle. Showalter there with a crossbody ride, and that is like as literal of a crossbody ride as you can probably find. And Smith trying to do a little topsy-turvy to get out of it, do a little roll action, but that's not going to net him anything. Showalter right back to that crossbody ride, and Smith again trying to shoulder roll out of it. I don't know if I'd want to get in that kind of a topsy-turvy tussle with a guy who likes throwing that leg and looks pretty comfortable in that crossbody ride situation.
Yeah, and I believe this is actually the first matchup in the finals so far that have been a 1 seed and a 2 seed meeting up. So Showalter's on the top of the bracket. He was the 1 seed, and Smith from Kaukauna was on the bottom. He was the 2 seed coming in. So.
Have either of these guys been challenged as they made their made their way to the finals today?
Showalter had a bye, tech fall in the quarters, and then an 8-1 decision against Delabru from Luxembourg Casco. Smith had a fall in the quarters, and a 5-2 decision over Hortonville in the semifinals. So again, those two likely to meet up again in a few weeks here at the sectional tournament.
Showalter on top. Smith looking to swim out of that leg, and now there's again. This is that game that Showalter loves to play with that leg in, and he really wants people to try to scramble down there, to kind of panic. And when that happens, arms and legs start flailing, and those spidery guys on top are going to find something to reel you in. And there's a potentially dangerous, once hands come off the mat, leg in and hands off the mat, we want to make sure that nothing crazy is happening. So stop the match, get a fresh start. 16 seconds left, zeros on the board. Showalter relentless at that leg. He's looking to get, and now we're looking for a stall call. And you know, Brock, I like that call, right? We keep throwing that leg in. Bottom is trying to come up.
He's not necessarily turning, getting any points off of it. I like that call as well.
Yeah, it's not going to have a clean mat return there. It's not a lot of action. So that's the way this particular period is going to end. We're still at 0, folks, as we head into the third period. Showalter is going to be in the bottom position. Let's see what happens here. And now it's Smith trying to turn the tables. He throws leg in, but he finds a cradle, drops off to that far side. He is close. Oh. And Showalter somehow
nice
able
job
to
breaking the lock.
Breaking that, yeah, absolutely. He was in serious trouble there. Smith did a nice job, used that leg to leverage himself to that far side cradle, dropped off to that side, pulled him back, but man, Showalter is really snaky down there, somehow able to break that lock and fight off that predicament. It was close, but now we've got Smith again, leg in, and he's got leg and arm, cross body, but Showalter able to swim out of it, comes out back door. He picks up the reversal. Joey Showalter with a 2-0 lead with 1 minute left in the match, and holy smokes, we saw him ride Smith out in that second period, and Showalter right back to that leg in, cross body, hooking far ankle calf, and now Showalter close to a cradle. It looks like he has one locked up, but he didn't have the head, he just had the shoulder. But this is the kind of action that Showalter is looking for. He wants people to try something. He wants people to attempt something down there and start flailing, because he's going to float hips and cover and try to sneak two wherever he can with that leg in. So 2-0 the lead, 10 seconds left. Showalter kind of going oddly, locking up a shoulder cradle. I don't know what that's going to accomplish, but that's the way it's going to end, Brock.
I heard the corner say stay there, so I think he was looking for a hold there to keep him from scoring. So.
Yep, very content with a 2-0 win against the state's 6th-ranked wrestler in Division I. That's Connor Smith, but it's Joey Showalter who picks up the victory at 132 pounds. He's your Pulaski champ for 2022. Congratulations, Joey Showalter. We're going to turn our attention over here to 126 pounds, where the medalists are heading to the award stand. I'll give you a quick run through there. We had Berglund from Denmark picking up a 5th place finish on the strength of a 9-8 decision in that bout. That had to be a barn burner. In 4th place, we had Blake Baston from Luxembourg Casco. That's a nice showing for that young man. I happen to know him from AWA. He's in 4th place and had an overtime match with Owen Knoll from Bayport, who ends up 3rd. And of course, you saw the finals here where Brian Winans was able to take care of business over Caden Schumacher. So it's Winans, your champ, and Schumacher from Port Washington, your runner-up at 126 pounds. Congratulations to all those place winners. Coming up here at 138 pounds. This is an interesting one, Brock. This is one that
everyone's got this one circled.
All
the boys were talking about it down there. They're excited for this one. So there's going to be some fireworks here.
This is a big one. We've got a couple of studs out there on mat number 3 right now. Of course, we've got Max Ronsman, your sophomore from Luxembourg Casco. I'm telling you, this kid is some kind of tough, and he's going to square off with Grayson Clark, your number 1 ranked wrestler in Division I from Kaukauna. He's 33-1 on the year. He's a nationally ranked wrestler, and this is a big one.
2-time WIAA state champion, a winner of 3 tournaments so far this year, a 2020 Pulaski Invite champion, currently ranked number 1 in Division I, a junior with a 33-1 record from Kaukauna, Grayson Clark.
We are underway in this highly anticipated match at 138 pounds. You heard Brock say it. People have had this one circled all day. It's just great to see 2 awesome competitors, 2 highly accomplished wrestlers squaring off in the Pulaski Invite Finals.
And 2 different divisions, again, to our point about this tournament. a great opportunity for these two to wrestle.
Absolutely. Matches that you normally wouldn't see, they're going to unfold right here at the Fred Kessley Fieldhouse. And there's Ronsman finding and fighting his way to a leg. Grayson Clark able to find that far ankle. And now Ronsman down to his belly, hanging on for dear life. And we're going to get a stalemate. Grayson Clark, I can tell you, real tough in that counter offense position. He's really taken a step in that game in the last year. He is solid there. He's solid in a lot of positions, but Ronsman again, he's got that overhook and looking for inside attacks. This is a spot right here where Grayson Clark is tough. Right, where he'll fight that down, find a little angle, go near ankle, hamstring, and now leg over the top. I'm telling you, this looks like kind of a goofy position, but Grayson Clark is oddly comfortable here. But Max Ronsman is going to benefit from a stalemate call. They're going to come back to neutral. 24 seconds left in this first period. Again, these first periods are just flying tonight, Brock. Now, no surprise, I'm sure this is now the second finals match featuring the number 1 and 2 seeds.
Yeah, you'd be right about that. Grayson got the 1 seed. Oh, and a nice way to score right at the end of the period there.
Yes.
For him. He had to buy the first round, fall the second round, and another fall for him in the semifinals. Ronsman was a 2 seed. He had to buy a fall in the quarters, and then a 3-0 decision in the semifinals.
Well, that was their path to this meeting. And we are at a 2-0 score in favor of Grayson Clark of Kaukauna. Again, you saw it just picking up right at the end of the period. And Brock, you know this, having wrestled for your old man, he used to talk about this in practice, like, you know, what are those indicators of intensity and focus? And we used to talk about edge of mat, end of period, score after a score. Those sorts of elements in a bout are just game changers, and you saw it right there with Grayson Clark picking up a takedown with 3 seconds left. Then there's not an answer for that. All right, it's hard to respond to that, but Clark getting an escape, 3-0. Now picking up takedown,
yeah,
5-0.
High crotch shot by him too. Well,
we're waving off the takedown. We're going back to neutral.
Clark kind of had his leg extended there in a weird position. I think that's what the second official was pointing out.
Maybe there was an unfair advantage because there was something potentially dangerous and should have been called off. And so that's the way that stands. 3-0
again. Same shot.
Clark back in on that leg. There he goes. Nearly waterfall, but able to come back to hook the leg. Now he's going to try his darndest to sneak head to the outside and come back over. He's still got the Turk, looking for bottom shoulder, lifting that leg. Ronsman doing a nice job of getting some bend in that leg so that he can fight off that Turk. It's going to be hard to score here, but Clark is close, and now he is getting a count, as he was able to kind of get a little bit different bite on that bottom leg and was relentless on that bottom shoulder. And so Clark getting the count.
Really opening the matchup here with 1 period left.
Still holding 3. There comes the 3 now. Wow. All of a sudden, 8-0. And a flurry of points here in that second period. We're going to go neutral for the third. 8-0 your score in favor of Grayson Clark of Kaukauna. Now doing a little high arm, right, underhook to high arm to near leg. I love to see that high to low action. That's a nice attack. Goes low, brings that leg up. Textbook finish in that situation.
And this is a match where you're seeing what makes Clark so special. I mean, Ronsman is tough. He is very, very tough.
Yeah.
And to be down 10-0 with a minute and a half left in the match and getting more near fall here, it just speaks to how tough Clark is.
It's nearly unbelievable.
Yes.
I mean, you're right. I mean, now with Holden 3, we're 2 points away from a tech fall, and that just doesn't seem possible against a kid like Max Ronsman. Because, folks, I'm telling you, that kid is some kind of tough.
Yeah, he's a state runner-up and currently ranked #1 in his division, so he's tough.
So impressive job by Grayson Clark. A lot of patience from him in this bout. Just keeps finding a way to get to the positions where he knows he can score from. You can see why the Badgers want him on their squad next year.
Absolutely.
I can tell you that I do have a little bit of line of sight to that young man as I help out at AWA in Green Bay, and I can tell you, Brock, he is, and both of these guys are just hard-working kids, but Grayson, he spends a lot of time with the sport, and it's because he has a genuine love for it. He really enjoys the training. He enjoys learning. And look at this. He is close to sneaking through for looking for a little tilt, but he doesn't quite find it. Grayson Clark is going to be your champion here at 138 pounds. What about 13-0 against your #1 ranked Division II wrestler? But wow, that was a bit of a clinic by Grayson Clark. Again, just the fact that he was able to put himself in the positions where he's confident and comfortable and knows where to score and knows how to score. You can see why he is a nationally ranked wrestler. And again, heading to Madison next year. Congratulations, Grayson Clark from Kaukauna.
All right, your attention to the awards area, please. Your top 6 is 132. In 6th place,
we're going to look at your medalists at 132. Your 5th place finisher was Ethan Brissett from Peshtigo. 4th place, we saw young Mr. Delabrew from Luxembourg-Casco. Niebauer from Hortonville ends up 3rd. That was a battle royale. They went sudden victory for that 3rd place match. And then we had Connor Smith and Joey Showalter in the finals, with Showalter taking the title in that 2-0 match at 132. So there are your place winners for 2022 at 132 pounds at your Pulaski Invitational. Congratulations, guys.
Right now on mat 3, wrestling for the championship at 145.
Wow, we're rocking and rolling, Brock. We are at 145 pounds already. It's been a lot of fun so far. Great matches. But here we've got Carson Casper from Coleman and Nathan Vandehay from Freedom.
And wearing the green ankle band, a 2-time state finalist, a 3-time
I'm going to take a quick peek here. I'm getting curious about those team scores. I see Coleman step out here. I want to see how they're doing. Are they sneaking any closer? And yeah, they're adding some points to their total. We haven't been able to stay abreast of the other bouts going on. Folks, see all the medal matches going on here. We're focused on the finals. But Coleman still in 2nd place with 186.5 points. And Kaukauna, your leader, at 211. As we said, I believe this is our first Coleman entrant for the finals tonight, with Carson Casper, coach's son. You know what that's like, Brock? Little added pressure, huh?
I have a feeling I know what it's like. Unlike Casper, I wasn't wrestling in the pre-invite finals, though, so there's a little difference there.
Well, he's a heck of a competitor, this young man. State champion last year, wasn't he? No, third place finish. No, wait. He was the state champ last year. Wow.
Yeah, I got to watch one of his matches today firsthand. When I was sitting in the corner for Brady G, who's going for 5th right now. Just tough wrestler. I mean, you never really know at this tournament anything can happen, and different divisions match up and different styles, but he is tough. That's all I can say.
Well, they tend to make that happen in Coleman. They just kind of keep cranking out the tough wrestlers, and this year, of course, no exception. Coleman ranked number 1 in Division III. Planning on making a run to that team state title. Nathan Vandehey, Jr. from Freedom. I believe Nathan was 2nd in the invite the last time it was held. I think he was a 113-pounder back then.
And a third place finish at the state tournament last year for him. So we got Vandehey's number 2 currently in Division II, and Casper's number 3 in Division III. So some high-ranked wrestlers here.
I'll say it again. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but following that pattern of the other bouts here in the finals, a speedy first period as these guys are just mixing it up and getting after it. I know 0-0 doesn't seem like there's a lot of action going on, but they are battling, folks. You know, hard hand fight, head position, fighting off shots. There's a lot more action than what the scoreboard might tell you. So Vandehey on top with 0s on the scoreboard. So I did mention before, I have the privilege of helping out at the Askren Wrestling Academy in Green Bay, and Nathan Vandehey is one of the long-timers over there. And Brock, I'll tell you, I just love this kid. Every time he comes into the wrestling room, there is a smile on his face. Not only when he comes in, but when he leaves too. I have yet to see this young man without a smile on his face. He really is a kid that loves the sport. He loves the training, and just you can see he just enjoys it, and that just brings a lot of joy to those who work with him. Just a really nice kid. I'm sure the same is true of Carson Casper, hard-working kid from, and of course the Casper family, you know, that pretty much says it all right there. Synonymous with Coleman wrestling. Vandehey doing a nice job of following. Casper gets to that quad pod position. Nathan able to bring him back to the mat and stay in control. Ooh, spiral ride action. And trying to put that weight out there on the hands. So important in that top position. Keep driving forward. Get the weight on the hands. You know, ratchet that tight waist. Try to get them down to their belly. And Nathan Vandehey doing a nice job keeping the pressure on top. Carson Casper doing a nice job of fighting that pressure off, trying to get back to his feet. Keeps trying to build up. And we're going to get a warning for stalling on Vandehey with 6 seconds left. And yeah, not a lot of action going on. The onus is on the top wrestler, so it makes sense that the warning went that way.
It might not feel like a lot of action in that period either, but that's huge for Vandehey to keep him down. You're going into the third period, 0-0, you get a point, you know, you're in control. So that was huge by him to ride tough there and ride Casper out.
That is big. He was able to ice him during that second period. Now we'll see what happens here in the third. Again, 145 pounds. Carson Casper from Coleman. Nathan Vandehei from Freedom. We're all tied at 0. Casper riding. At some point will need to make a decision. Is he going to want to cut him or will he want to ride him out? Now we're at figure four on the body. That is an illegal hold. That's going to be 1 point. It's just an unfortunate thing. Casper had a leg in. His other leg draped over it for a moment. I don't think it was intentional. It was just one of those things you get to a position to kind of fall into, and sure enough, it makes no difference of the intent. It is an illegal hold. You cannot figure for the body. And so Carson Casper coughs up a point on the illegal hold. So Nathan Vandehei with a 1-0 lead. 1 minute and 5 seconds left in this championship final at 145 pounds. Again, now that really kind of changes the complexion of things, Brock, as you know, with a 1-0 lead and a minute left, Carson Casper's got to make a decision.
Absolutely. Are you going to cut him here? Try to get your 2 on the field. Look, he's looking at his coaches right now.
Yep.
He's asking, should I cut him? What should I do? So it didn't look like he was close to a turn, but maybe let him up and you got a better chance here.
So he goes optional start, and he's going to relinquish the 1. So now he's down by 2. Takedown, of course, ties it. But you also notice as he went optional start, he was kind of looking a little, hey, can he snake a little cradle? Can he find a little something? You know, maybe you sneak some points. But that was not the case, as Nathan Vandehei was able to get his escape. 30 seconds left.
Absolutely, and it's tough on guys at this level where optional start on maybe less seasoned wrestlers, they're gonna look in, they're gonna get out of position, you're gonna find a quick turn. Someone like Vandehei is gonna know what's going on here.
That's right. And now Carson Casper looking to, you know, in a little bit of desperation there. I mean, we were at under 20 seconds, and he knows he's got to try to connect with something. Kind of goes for the home run. Maybe didn't need it, but hey, he thought it was there. He went for a little mixer action or something from the feet. Might have whiffed on that one. That's all right. But hey, you got to give him credit for. I'm not going to stand around and just let the match slip away. He tried something, but it's Nathan Vandehei, your champion here at 145 pounds. Smart match by Vandehei, and I think, Brock, going back to your point in that second period where Vandehei iced him with that ride.
That was huge. That was really important for him. Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden we get to the third, and there was a penalty point, and that really forced the issue for Carson. But impressive job by Nathan Vandehei at 145 pounds. Congratulations, Nathan. I'm going to take a look at those 138-pound medalists. We've got Kupka from Coleman in 5th. Krieger from Port Washington in 4th. Tomazovic from Seymour in 3rd place. And then you saw that championship match between Max Ronsman and Grayson Clark, with Ronsman ended up in the runner-up position, and Grayson Clark, your champion of the 2022 Pulaski Invitational at 138 pounds. Congratulations to all those medalists. So far, so good. We've had a great finals so far tonight. Interesting that you might be wondering, like, well, how in the world would Coleman be anywhere near the top rung in the team scores? Well, we're starting to see why. We saw the finalist in Carson Casper at 145, and Coleman throwing another finalist in here at 152 with Will Bieber. He's a 34-5 junior, currently ranked number 5 in Division III, and he's going to square off against Jacob Ward from Bayport. also a junior, ranked number 2 in Division I. So Ward and Bieber going at it here at 152 pounds in your Pulaski Invite Championship. Be interesting to see, Brock, what goes on here with Jacob Ward. He has, as I recall, was a bi-state champion at 145
pounds.
Yep.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
So up at 52 here. Also weighing in at 52 for the dual meet against Pulaski. So not really sure what's going on there.
Well, if you can win the bi-state at a particular weight, that might be a pretty good indication of where you need to be for the state tournament series.
Absolutely.
So we will not be surprised if we see Jacob Ward at 145 for the regional in a couple weeks. But, you know, the strategy here perhaps for some of these wrestlers at this stage of the game, wrestle heavy as long as you can. Maintain your health and your strength, and when it comes time to sneak a few pounds off, get down there to a weight that you might be a little more competitive in. Nothing wrong with that. Ward finds a takedown here in the waning parts of our first period. Jacob Ward.
And circling back to your point about the weight, that's why we say here likely to see each other in a few weeks, because you never know. Each team's making their own decisions on where guys are going, where they want competitive matches, and so you really never know until that week of regionals what's happening.
Yep. And for those that usually don't get to see the behind-the-scenes action, those can be some tense moments as you are sitting there in the coaches meeting at a regional, and there's that opportunity because, you know, the kids weigh in, and then a determination has to be made at the coaches meeting. Well, what weight are you going to enter someone at? Usually that's determined at the weigh-in, but you can still move someone around if at the weigh-ins you realize, so-and-so weighed in at this weight, well, we might want to move our guy, or there might be a better path for this individual at a different weight. So those coaches meetings can sometimes get a little crazy, a little intense, but it's a lot of fun. So Jacob Ward, right at the end of that first period, was able to sneak a couple points. They got a little roly-poly, and
he had Bieber in some trouble there too. He was it wasn't looking good for him for a few seconds there.
For a moment.
Nice re-attack by Ward.
So then it was Bieber that was able to get an escape, and now it's Ward again in the driver's seat, taking a nice attack there and converting on that takedown. 6-1 the score, all of a sudden, as we're halfway through this championship match at 152. Apparently we had some falls in some of the other place matches. As you can tell, it's a little quieter. We don't have as many whistles blowing and coaches yelling. We have 2 vacant mats at this point. So most eyes are on that championship final bout. Jacob Ward with the lead, 6-1, in control of Will Bieber, the Coleman Jr. Ward with that inside wrist out to the side. Just a heck of a nice ride here. This is where you want to be. Trying to dig out an inside wrist. Looking to attack near leg. Bieber builds up. Maybe can change off to come up high to cradle, but that's the way the period ends. Jacob Ward, really confident, looking good here in this bout. His choice, he chooses neutral. Jacob Ward in the driver's seat, brimming with confidence. Pushing the pace, moving forward. Little snap action by Ward. Pretty athletic kid. Moves well, changes low attack to high, little shrug action there on the head and arm. But what I'm impressed with is his motion and his pressure. He's taking the match to Bieber, and again, just you can see him brimming with confidence. This is back to center. Bieber now with a nice shot. Ward able to fight it off. Bieber looking to convert, kind of stuck underneath there with head down underneath, but now relinquishes the leg. Digs underhook. Ward fighting it off, sticking the head in there to battle for head position. Good hand fight, jockeying for head position by both wrestlers. Love the way they're moving their feet, Brock. And again, a snap action to an attack by Ward.
Ward's
Bieber.
re-attacks have been very good. Throughout this whole tournament, I was able to watch the semifinal match as well, and it seems like 75% of his scores are off of a re-attack.
Off the mat there, 21 seconds left. Jacob Ward converted on that takedown, 8-1 the score. Ward changing levels back down to attack legs to return Bieber to the mat. Pretty much in full control here. These just moments remaining, and that is going to be it at 152 pounds. Impressive job by Jacob Ward, just going to work, getting it done.
He's relentless, he's tough, and that's the word I would describe him as, relentless in his attacks. Always attacking, always on the re-attacks. Matching head position well, lowering his level, and re-attacking.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Looking good at 152. Let's take a look at our medalists at 145 pounds. Maybe you just heard it from announcer Mike Nickerson, but hometown boy Brady Geel picking up a 5th place medal at 145. Congratulations, Brady. And then 4th place, Yukala from West De Pere. 3rd place, Grabowski from Port Washington. Carson Casper, your runner-up, and Nathan Vandehei, the victor, at 145 pounds. Congratulations to all the place winners in that weight class. Well, Brock, we are going to see Pulaski's 2nd finalist tonight at 160 as Tristan Taylor battled his way to the finals, and he'll be squaring off with Judah Heyman from Kaukauna. And again, it's okay. You can be a little biased. We understand.
I'm pretty biased. I'm going to be honest with everyone on the broadcast here. I'm pretty biased, so I'll try to keep my coaching voice down here.
All right. I'll try to be the objective one.
Yeah, you be objective. I'll be biased.
There you go. So yeah, like we said, we're at 160 pounds. Tristan Taylor, the junior from Pulaski, squaring off with Judah Heyman, a junior from Kaukauna. Hammond with the number 8 ranking in Division I right now. And he goes to work right away, gets an attack on the leg. Taylor able to fight it off, though, and nearly coming up with some magic of his own, but does a nice job of just fighting back to a neutral position.
that's one thing people sleep on Tristan Taylor a lot. He's not ranked. He's kind of flying under the radar. He is a tough kid. Wrestles hard, works hard in practice, and he does an amazing job of changing levels very quickly. So he'll kind of lull you to sleep, and all of a sudden when he goes, he goes. So you'll see him get in some of these scrambly positions that you think he's dead to rights, and all of a sudden he'll turn around and score.
Yeah, he is a fun one to watch, but it is Hammond who is able to find a takedown halfway through this first period at 160 pounds. So Hammond with a 2-0 lead. Hammond, a 28-9 junior. And we've mentioned this already in the broadcast tonight, but no shocker, when you see these Kaukauna kids or Luxembourg Casco or Coleman, a number of losses on the record, but here they are in the finals. And, that's just what comes with the kind of schedule these teams wrestle. So, doesn't hurt you to find a loss or 2 or 9 as the season goes on, because you are going to be well seasoned and ready to go for the run in February. Of course, Kaukauna wrestles in the Minnesota Christmas tournament. That is a grinder over there. And everybody knows about the cheesehead that Kaukauna hosts. It's no embarrassment to pick up a couple losses in events like that, 2 or 3 losses in events like that. It's doing nothing but getting you better and getting you ready for this time of the year. And it looks like that's the case with young Mr. Hammond here from Kaukauna. 9 losses on the record, but man, he's a tough one. So 3-0 the score for Judah.
And you and I got an opportunity to watch him over at the Cheesehead, and just a real interesting style. He's real long, lanky, but he's able to kind of get in some goofy positions and score from him. So you really got to be careful with a kid like him.
So that is interesting because, as you mentioned too, with Tristan Taylor, he is hippie and has a crazy kinesthetic sense, like mat awareness and where he's at. So we got a couple of funky guys out there right now. But it is Hammond with a 5-0 lead as he just picked up another takedown. And
even on that takedown, I don't know if he had did he have a wrist? I don't know what he did, but he stepped over, long leg, stepped over the far leg and put his weight to that far knee to pressure Tristan down.
Right, a little unorthodox, but hey, works for him, right? There he is with that ankle ride with, ankle hook, and then stepping out high over the head with his free leg. Just really blanket riding Tristan Taylor right now. He's kind of all over him. Tristan looking to find some hand control, looking to just gain some little advantage. And there, again, you kind of see it. Tristan able to explode, as you mentioned before, Brock. Kind of lull you a little bit, and then all of a sudden, boom, he finds a position where he's actually close to. If they were in the center of the mat, you don't know where that could have ended with perhaps an escape reversal. But
yeah, he had a similar one in his semifinal match against Bayport. Looked like dead to rights on the edge of the mat, and all of a sudden I looked away and looked back, and he got the 2. So I don't know what had happened, but he got tailored.
The lesson there is don't take your eyes off the mat here, folks. At 160, there might be some fireworks all of a sudden. But coming to the last 10 seconds of the second period, we said it's Judah Heyman with the 5-0 lead at 160 pounds. And we'll see what the third period brings us.
I'll remind coaches also returning your most outstanding wrestler award.
We're going to wave goodbye to Brock for a few minutes here, folks. We mentioned he's one of the assistant coaches with the Red Raider wrestling staff. So he's got some work he's got to attend to as some of the upper weights come up. He's got some guys that he takes care of under his tutelage, you might say, and he wants to be down there mat side and help corner those guys. And that's really what it's all about, the fun of coaching. So Brock will return after a few bouts, so we're stuck with the old man for a little while here. And there's Tristan Taylor converting on a single leg, takes that nice little ankle biter shot, comes out back door. 5-2 the score. Let's see if Tristan Taylor can get something going for the Red Raiders here. Hammond pretty content to stay bellied out. Take a quick look here at your team scores just to see how things are shaking out. Kaukauna still with that very comfortable lead in the team race. We got 216 points. Next closest team is Coleman with 186.5. Hammond picks up an escape right there on the edge. Back to center with 55 seconds left in the bout. 6-2 the score in favor of Hammond. Luxembourg Casco still in third place with 175 points. Oh, there's Taylor with a nice little dump action. Overhook, inside attack, Fireman's barrel roll. Kelly converts on that. 6-4 the score. 30 seconds left, just under 30 seconds left. Tristan Taylor mounting a comeback. Now a warning on Kaukauna. Can we see some fireworks with 10 seconds left? Can Tristan Taylor find a tilt? It's not going to happen as Heyman finds an escape and they go off the mat. That's the way it's going to end at 160 pounds. Judah Hammond with the 7-4 victory at 160. Just a workmanlike job in the finals. Again, just really impressed with that effort by him. Again, you see a young man come into the finals with 9 losses, and you might be thinking, well, you know, how tough can he be? And I'll tell you, he's legit. He is gearing up for a postseason run, and it looks like he's in a pretty good spot. Let's take a look over here at our 152-pound medalists. We have Johnny O from Luxembourg Casper. Oops, I'm sorry. Let me go back to 5th place was Kavanaugh from Kaukauna. 4th place, Czarneski from Denmark. Johnny O from Luxembourg Casco is 3rd. Will Bieber from Coleman was the runner-up, and Bayport's Jacob Ward, your champion at 152 pounds. Congratulations to all the medalists at 152. As we gear up for the 170-pound weight class in the finals, we've got Cole Klimek from Coleman and Elijah Shevchik from Denmark. Again, we've been seeing more of these Coleman wrestlers here as we head into these upper weights, the middle and upper weights. So you can see where the strength of their team is, and they've absolutely got some horsepower in the upper part of their lineup. So far, so good here in the Pulaski Invitational Finals. Lots of great action tonight. Lots of fun for the fans and coaches and competitors. You said team scores, you're looking at Kaukauna in the driver's seat. Coleman in 2nd place. Luxembourg right now in 3rd place. Pulaski with a very respectable showing so far this throughout the day. They are in 4th place with 148 points. no danger of catching Luxembourg, and in no danger of being caught by Hortonville, who's in 5th. So there's your top 5 teams in the team race. Hortonville 5, Pulaski 4, Luxembourg 3, Coleman 2, and Kaukauna really in the driver's seat for the team title today. But we're underway at 170 pounds, where we have Cole Klimek from Coleman, Elijah Shevchik from Denmark, our first Denmark wrestler that we've seen tonight in the finals.
Winning the 7th place match by decision, Aiden Drotzer.
Klimek, the Coleman senior, ranked number 3 in Division 3. Shevchik, also a senior, ranked number 6 in Division 2. And it's Shevchik who is close to scoring right now. He snuck around behind, and he is going to pick up 2 right there on the edge of the mat. Nice hustle, nice job by Shevchik in the early going of this match at 170. Shevchik, Battle on the Bay champ this year, a sectional qualifier last year in the COVID year where things were organized a little bit differently as you think about the road to the state tournament. Klimek, the WIA state qualifier last year. Klimek 34-5 on the year. Shevchik 25-4. On the strength of that escape, we were at 2-1. Nice tight match, tough match here at 170. Now Klimek looking with that overhook to take an inside attack. Looking down there for, a little fireman's Kelly action. But nothing happens there, and they're back to an even position on our feet. A lot of hand fighting. Love the way you're seeing these guys in the finals move their hands and move their feet. That's where it all starts, as you look for that opening, look for that opportunity in the neutral position. Set something up and fire one off. It's going to be Klimek in the bottom position as we go into this second period. Shevchik riding. Shevchik throws a leg in and gives the charity point. We're tied at 2. Both wrestlers, head tie action. Looking to pull and find a little angle there, get a little reaction. A little touch and go. Shevchik with the elbow control. Let's go of that. Again, a lot going on here, folks. It might not be a lot of points, but really a good hand fight, moving feet, battling for head position. It's all about getting your hands where you want them to be, getting your head where you want them to be, getting your feet where you want them to be so that you can fire something off and get a good attack in this neutral position. Both wrestlers kind of jockeying to find that yet here in this second period. Now Shevchik kind of fires one off. No tie. Coming back to center. 30 seconds left in the second period. Klimek, again, kind of from that overhook position, looking to go with an inside attack. Now comes single leg to the left, and Shevchik looking inside as they go off the mat. Tied at 2. Klimek looks like he's a little more comfortable in that upper body. But the second period ends, as mentioned, 2-2 the score. Shevchik going to the bottom position now. Klimek covers. Shevchuk to his feet right away. Finds hands. Klimek relinquishes the point pretty easily. 3-2 the score in favor of Shevchuk. They're going to have to get things done on their feet. Shevchuk, elbow control, head to head. Changing hands, moving feet. Nice little snap action by Klimek. He's close, off to the edge, but whoa. Nice action, little head snap, go behind, but Shevchuk able to ward it off as they go off the mat. And now it's Klimek to the single leg. He's close to scoring. Shelfing that leg. But he goes to the head. He needs to come back to that leg, shelf it up, climb the leg. He does, and sneaks his two right on the edge. Official Kevin Gillett looking for confirmation, and he's got it. So 4-3 the score in favor of Klimek. Really nice job. Nice attack and converting on the edge. Climbed that leg, finished it off. It was close, but he got it. 1 minute left in this match, and he's going to relinquish that point again. It's tied. He knows this is where he's got to get it done. And now when Shevchuk takes that shot, Klimek able to catch with that down block, turns it into an underhook. Underhook turns into a score, and now he's getting a count. And Klimek really in the driver's seat. He's sunk a deep half. He's chest on chest. He's teed off. Holy moly. The tide has turned in a quick and serious way at 170 pounds. We were tied at 4. Shevchuk fired off a shot. Klimek gets the down block. Goes high arm and little whip over right to his back. And that is the way this match is going to end. We're under 10 seconds. Klimek picks up 3. It is going to end 9-4 for the Coleman Cougar. Wow, great match. Battled all the way to the end, and it's Cole Klimek who finds a way to win at 170 pounds, picks up the championship in the Pulaski Invite Finals. Wow, that was a fun one. Let's take a look over here at the awards stand. 160-pound place winners. In 5th place, we had Sauter from Luxembourg Casco. In 4th place, it was Mudd from West De Pere. Bayport's Bruckner was 3rd. In 2nd place, it's the Pulaski Red Raider, Tristan Taylor. And your champion was Judah Hammond from Kaukauna. Congratulations, place winners at 160 pounds for the 2022 Pulaski Invitational. Nice job. Well, if you looked away for a moment in the 170-pound finals, you missed the fireworks right at the end. But it was Cole Klimek who found a way to win and pick up a title. Now we're turning to 182 pounds, where again we see a Pulaski Red Raider. It is Trenton Gibbons, the junior. He's going to square off with Drew Wenzicki from Kaukauna. This is an interesting bout. 2 Division I wrestlers, and the rankings kind of say it all, as my broadcast partner Brock Manning returns. And Brock, this looks like, on paper, this looks like this could be an interesting one, as we've got 2 Division I wrestlers, 1 ranked 4th, that's Trenton Gibbons, and Wenzicki from Kaukauna ranked number 6. So this, again, on paper, looks to be like a heck of a bout. How did everything work out for you down there?
Well, I'm back and badder than ever. That's all I can say. Hopefully I'm not too out of breath from running up those stairs. So
I'll talk for a little bit and let you catch your breath. So Trenton Gibbons, the Red Raider, and Wenzicki, the Galloping Ghost from Kaukauna, squaring off at 182 pounds. Off the mat, 126 left in the first period. A lot of people were looking at Clay Whiting as the favorite in this weight class, but just as it shook out today, Clay ended up at 195, and so that gives the opportunity for Gibby and Wenzicki to square off here in the finals. Again, I see this as a real interesting matchup, and one that both wrestlers are looking to maybe learn from as they head into February. Hopefully see each other at sectionals. No score with 1 minute gone. Trenton Gibbons, a state freestyle place winner. Drew Wenzicki has won a couple of tournaments this year. He also likes the international styles, as he was a state freestyle runner-up and a Greco semi-finalist.
A reminder to the head coaches to please turn in your most outstanding wrestler ballot to the head table.
Now Wenzicki finds that single leg from his feet. Gibby able to get him down to the mat, and Trenton Gibbons with a little tornado action is real close to scoring. He's got the leg hooked. If he can come back to the head. Oh, and now Wenzicki able to relinquish that leg, but Gibby close to scoring. They call off the mat.
Real close to scoring on the edge of the mat there.
Close call, 7 seconds. And I like what Trenton did there on that little tornado. Right? He's going a little spinneroo, and he was going to turn the tables on Wenzicki, but nice first period by both wrestlers, attacking, mixing it up. Gibbons gets the benefit of the coin and chooses bottom. Wenzicki, no surprise, throws that leg in right away, and he's going cross-body ride, looking for that far leg, a little banana split action. Gibbons doing a nice job of fighting it off, just bellying down and not coughing up another limb. Gibbons trying to set Wenzicki on his hip, right, so that he doesn't keep hip over the top and keep the pressure on. But there you see it. Wenzicki does a nice job of fighting, floating hip back over top. So he's in control, and now he's going cross-body ride. He's got a far arm. And that's not a great scenario when you're on bottom. You know, you're all right. You run into these leg riders and you say, well, if all I cough up is one limb, that leg that he has, you're fine. But Gibby now real close to turning this into his points, and he's going to.
Should have been getting near fall there almost. Holy smokes.
Of course you got to get the control call first. So the reversal came a little late, but you're right. Gibby was putting Wenzicki in a predicament. If they would have called a reversal there, because they would have felt like he was in control and start swiping, Gibby could have come up with some back points. But that's the way it played out. He gets his 2 reversal. Living a little dangerously as he coughed up the crossbody ride to a far arm, and Wenzicki looking guillotine and that kind of action. But Trenton on top, working his bars, keeping Wenzicki pretty flat. There he is, inside wrist. And again, weight forward, driving him forward, putting the pressure forward. And that is the way this second period is going to end. So a good move by Trenton Gibbons, winning the toss, choosing bottom, turns it into his points in the second period. 2-0 the lead for Trenton Gibbons as they go into the third period.
And when Zicky's going to choose up here.
Wendzicki chooses
He's choosing top.
Interesting. Interesting choice. He likes that leg in. He must have felt that he was close to something there in the second period. He wants to get back there and try to make it happen. So, Wendzicki on top. Looking cross face. No leg in right now. He's got little ankle hook.
He's almost looking for a leg cradle there, so he stepped over the head and he's trying to bring that head back to the knee.
Right. You see so much, and Wendzicki is long and strong, and you see him with that ankle hook, whether it's, and there he's got it, Brock. He has locked up the cradle. Started with that ankle hook, cross face action on top, cross body, cross face, and now he has that cradle locked up, and he has brought Trenton over, and he got a couple swipes. He tied the match with that. He's right back at it with that ankle hook. He's got the cradle locked again. He's trying to come across. If he takes it that direction, they're going to go out of bounds, but he's still getting the swipes. He got 2 more swipes. And now Trenton Gibbons, who started the period with a 2-point lead, has coughed up back points, 2 different situations, and is behind 4-2 with 45 seconds left. Trenton Gibbons has to get it going with 45 seconds left. Wow, that table turned in a hurry. And now it's Wendzicki going back to that leg in and crossbody ride, which is interesting as he's had success with the ankle hook, cross face. Not so much success with the leg in, but here he goes to it again. Gibbons trying to come up to quad pod. Wendzicki with leg in, cross body, looking far leg, maybe banana split. But right now, with 20 seconds left, pretty content just to hang on and ride, I'm sure. Gibbons reaching over the top, and Gibbons
he's going to score here.
He's going to get a reversal. We're tied with 9 seconds left. Gibby close to a count. 4 seconds. We're going to go to overtime, Brock, here at 182. Heck of a job by Gibbons to push this thing to overtime. Of course, the Pulaski faithful
fans aren't liking that
calling for the count. Swipe those arms. And Coach Nathan Pulaski lobbying for some points here too, but we're neutral with 1 minute on the clock. Gibby going to a front head right away, trying to pull it down. We are at that sudden victory period, folks, and it's Wendzicki walking into that high single leg. Gibby with that tornado action again, trying to spin out of it, trying to cover hips. Wendzicki with far ankle. Here's a position. A lot of kids, a lot of teams wrestle out of this position. That far ankle, hip to hip far ankle. But off the mat they go. 24 seconds, still neutral. Sudden victory, folks. Whoever scores here wins. Gibby right back to that snap front head, football front head. He's trying to pull him down. Wendzicki comfortable in. Gibby with a little shuck action. He's going to get the 2. They called it. There it is. Trenton Gibbons, your Red Raider, picks up the overtime victory here at 182 pounds. That's an exciting one. That brings the Pulaski faithful to their feet. That was an interesting one.
That was a fun one.
That was crazy, just the way that match played out. Trenton Gibbons with the 2-0 lead going into that third period, but coughs up 4 back points, able to get the reversal to tie it up, goes to overtime.
Hey, great job for him to get a win over a quality opponent like that. You know,
great opponent.
It's easy to sneak through some of these tournaments at these weights and not have those big head-to-head, so it's good. That's a good win for him.
Big win. Again, happy for the Red Raider. Finding a victory there at 182 pounds. Let me recap your place winners at 170. quickly here, we had Kappert from Freedom in 5th place. We had Chase Wuzencraft, your Pulaski Red Raiders, in 4th. Haggerty from Anago is in 3rd. And it was Elijah Shefchek, your runner-up, and Cole Klimick from Coleman, who blew things open there late in that match that you saw at 170. And Cole Klimick, the champion at 170. So congratulations all the place winners there at 170 pounds as we get ready for the finalists at 195. And we've talked about this gentleman already tonight, but O'Connell Falls' Clay Whiting out on the mat right now, and he is going to square off with Spencer Francis from West De Pere. He's the senior with a 28-7 record, and Clay Whiting, of course, your #1 ranked Division II wrestler, and nationally ranked as high as 2nd. And there Clay Whiting goes to work right away, takes the attack and picks up a takedown in under 10 seconds. And you can see why, and he's calling for neutral. He lets him up right away.
Place match results at 182.
Whiting, just an absolute monster.
4 minutes, 29 seconds. Winning the 5th place match by major decision, Josh.
As we said, he picks up another takedown there, but as we said earlier, that the expectation was he was going to be at 182 today, but I think there was a little something with days to wait or whatever it was that Clay decided to sneak up and wrestle 195 today. And boy, there's his 3rd takedown of the bout, and within 40 seconds, just going right to work. Looking for a little duck under action. Clayton Whiting, clearly the class of this weight class. Little double knee drop right on the edge, and keeps the feet in bounds a la the NFL, and scores his points. The latest edition of Win Magazine, I see Clay ranked #3 at 182. And there you see the horsepower. Holy smokes. And, you know, Brock, obviously, you know, you can see this. He's just physically gifted. I mean, but, you know, this is a young man that he spends a lot of time with the sport.
Yeah, he's wrestling all summer. He's going to Fargo. He's going to all the national tournaments. He's wrestling in open tournaments against college athletes. Notably, he beat Abe Assad at the Luther Open, I believe it was. And you know what Abe Assad was doing last night?
I think he was wrestling for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, in front of 15,000 people against Penn State. So that's the kind of kid you got here. He
Right.
beat Iowa's starter at an open tournament earlier this year.
That's amazing. And, you know, again, we talked a little bit earlier in the broadcast about how the sport has evolved and how, you know, these kids are training together at these different academies and training centers, and that's just awesome. And another element to that you have a kid like Clay Whiting who goes to an open collegiate tournament. You know, that used to be a no-no. But, you know, what? It's just great that the WIA and the governing bodies are willing to open it up for kids that, you know, it's all about getting better. It's all about seizing opportunities and instead of, you know, closing them off and constraining kids. So that's not for everyone, but you have a kid like this, you know, Grayson Clark's another one, as we've seen earlier, win a championship earlier tonight at 138. you got to give these kids opportunities. They just want to get better. They love the sport and they want to keep growing in it. So, why close it off? So, really a neat thing. Once again, my broadcast partner is going to step away because he's got some of his athletes coming up. We're certainly not going to fault him for that. Clay Whiting getting the job done here at 195 pounds. 13-4 the score right now with about a minute and a half left in the second period. And his opponent tonight, Spencer Francis from West De Pere, a 28-7 senior, not ranked right now, but hey, nice job getting to the Pulaski Invite Finals. No easy task by any means. Take a look at the path that Francis took to the finals. Spencer got to buy that first round. Ended up picking up a fall in the quarterfinals over Seefeld from Coleman. Spencer, by the way, came in as the number 2 seed. Wrestled Zellner from Elkhorn in the semifinals. A bit of a squeaker there. He won 3-1. Clay Whiting with a blast double on the edge. Drags the feet again, picks up 2. 17-5 the score, and Clay looking to release on an optional start. He might look for some a quick little cradle or something here first. No, just goes with the push. Get back to neutral. Clay trying to set up a little super duck there, but Spencer wouldn't have anything to do with it. And now Clay fires one off there. Nice high crotch to that left side. Picks up 2, pushes him away. 19-7 the score. 30 seconds left in the second period. Clay going to work on that underhook. Spencer Francis trying to fight that off, put head in the way and ward him off, but it's Whiting who's able to drop into the legs, drops him to his back, picks up 2 back points as well, and that puts us at 23-7, folks, and that is a tech fall. Clay Whiting wins his 3rd Pulaski Invitational. And let's just be honest, he probably would have won 4 if we'd have held it last year. But, wow, that is an impressive job by that young man. And, folks, I can tell you, again, a little bit of line of sight to that gentleman as I help out at Ashburn Wrestling Academy in Green Bay, where Clayton trains from time to time. Okay, actually, a lot of the time. And he is just a nice young man. You can see he's a fierce competitor. He's going to bring it when he steps out there on the mat. But when the match is over and the whistles are done blowing, he's going to shake your hand and be a gentleman. And just can't say enough about Clay Whiting. Heading to Missouri next year. Hope that he has a great career. Now, the cheering you hear in the background is for hometown hero Trenton Gibbons, who won the title at 182 pounds. Let me go through your medalists there at that weight class. In 5th place, we had Leahy from Freedom, and in 4th, it was Kukta from Coleman. Waggy from Luxembourg-Casco was 3rd. Wenzicki from Kaukauna was your runner-up, and you saw Trenton Gibbons with that sudden victory overtime win in the finals. So he picked up a 6-4 victory and his first Pulaski Invitational Championship. Congratulations to the Red Raider and all your medalists at 182 pounds. We're going to turn our attention to 220 right now, and the finalists at 220 pounds as we come to our penultimate weight class of the evening. Mason Wells, another Red Raider, makes his appearance. He's squaring off against New London's De'Evian Ross. Ross ranked number 3 in Division II. He is a junior, both these wrestlers juniors.
Place match results in 195.
No points,
Winning the 7th place match,
as Ross was able to sneak around behind, but could not put Wells to the mat, so no points there.
Winning the 3rd place match by decision, Patrick Moore,
Mason,
4-0.
currently
And winning the championship by technical
unranked.
fall, Clayton Whiting of Powell Falls, 23-7.
Probably, flying under the radar a little bit. Mason was a state qualifier as a freshman. And I believe that was at 195 pounds, an undersized freshman as I recall, but he's really grown up nicely and has the option to wrestle 195 or 220. It'll be interesting to see where he feels he needs to be as we get into February and where his coaches decide to put him as they head to that regional tournament. We'll see. But Mason looking to work that 2-on-1. He's got a leg in, goes to a little bit of that wrong leg in okie choke position and sneaks 2. But Ross turning in and able to reverse it. 2-2 the score. As you've heard me say throughout these finals, a quick first period, plenty of action. Not always a lot of scoring going on, but in this case, 2-2. And a quick first period. Wells defers, and Ross is going to go bottom. We'll see how my broadcast partner, who left the broadcast chair and went to the coach's chair for this particular bout, Brock Manning down there in the corner with Coach Nathan Pulaski. Nathan taking over the helm of the Red Raider program this year. And has a nice squad, nice balanced squad. They've picked up a couple of tournament wins and are in the driver's seat for a conference championship here in the Fox River Classic Conference standings, which is determined solely by dual meets. And the Red Raiders undefeated so far in conference action. So hats off to Coach Nathan Pulaski in his first year for the Red Raiders. Wells on top, hooking that back ankle. Looking to go cross wrist. And now has gotten him flat, but right on the edge, probably not a whole lot gonna happen over there. 2-2 your score. They're gonna get a fresh start. 44 seconds left in the second period. Ross to his feet right away. He's explosive. Man, fired up and out of there, but Mason Wells doing a nice job of covering, getting his lock and bringing him back to the mat. Ross is a wily one underneath there. You see him getting some hip separation, trying to turn in, but Mason Wells doing a nice job of following, covering, and breaking him down to his belly. And now Wells with the tilt, and we're getting a count. Mason Wells getting a count. Here at 2:20 in the waning moments of the second period, and he picks up 3. And that helps his cause in these finals. Wow. Nice job by Mason Wells, able to lock up that cross wrist. Actually looked like he had 2-on-1, turned it into that cheap tilt, and snuck a 5 count, picks up his 3. And now Wells in the bottom position with 2 minutes left in this championship final. Wells was the second seed. As the tournament started, he made his way to the finals by way of a bye and a fall over his opponent from Denmark, and a 6-4 victory over Thomas from Peshtigo in the semis. Ross, a bit of a seed eater here. He was, I believe he was the 4th seed, yes. Devian Ross, the 4th seed coming in. He picked off Jacob Pesey from Port Washington in the semis. Got a fall. Didn't see that one, folks. Don't know if he just caught him or how that particular match went, but it was Ross with the victory over Pesey from Port Washington, the number 1 seed. So he sees himself here in the finals. Right now, it's Mason Wells with a 6-2 lead as Ross gave up the escape. Wants to be up there on his feet, try to make something happen. 40 seconds left in the match. This is the only match going right now in these championship finals. So all the other place matches are done. And now Wells picks up the warning for stalling. Makes sense because he's kind of got his track shoes on a little bit, just very willing to hang in there, just slow things down, control the tie, maybe backpedal a little bit, circle. And now he fires off that ankle biter shot, and he's going to be close to scoring. A little topsy-turvy, but with a 6-2 lead in 3 seconds, it's going to be Mason Wells, the Red Raider, pulling out the victory at 220 pounds. The Raiders find another champ of their own tournament. Nice job by Mason Wells. And they're kind of a great scene. Don't know if our camera got it, but Mason Wells and training partner Trenton Gibbons, and they're also accompanied by senior co-captain Ashton Kaplan, meeting Mason as he comes off the mat. Hugs and high fives for everyone. I tell you, this is a special event for all these teams, but of course, when you host it, you always want to do well in it, and so that's an exciting moment for a Pulaski wrestler to pick up a championship in the Pulaski Invitational. Let's take a look at your place winners. At 195 pounds, in 5th place, it was Benson from Port Washington, Getch from Denmark in 6th. Sorry, I'm going backwards there. Getch was 6th. Benson was 5th. In 4th place, Zellner from Elkhorn. 3rd place, Moore from Freedom. We saw the championship here where it was Spencer Francis from West De Pere as the runner-up. And your champion with the tech fall in the finals, Clayton Whiting from Oconto Falls. Congratulations, Clayton, and all your place winners at 195. Nice job. It's time for the big boys. As we head to 285 pounds, the final for the evening. We sure appreciate you hanging in here and sticking with our broadcast tonight. Lots of fun, lots of fireworks, but our competitors at 285, Vaughn Campbell from Bayport and Brody Zahn from Coleman. Things are underway with the big boys. Campbell from Bayport, 20-7 on the season. He's ranked number 7 in Division I. Brody Zahn, 34-4, an impressive record there for Coleman. He's a senior, and he is ranked 3rd in Division III. And I am grateful to say that Brock Manning is in the house. He has returned. Congratulations, Brock. He's panting a little bit. Is that from the excitement of that victory or heading up the stairs to get to the press box?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Hey, congratulations. That was a nice
Thanks.
job by Mason.
I feel a little better now. I was a little tight, I was a little uptight, I was a little nervous. Feels good to get that one. You know, Mason's a kid who's kind of been slept on a little bit this year as far as in the rankings and around the state. Had some injuries he was battling through early in the season, so a tough kid to wrestle, and it was good to get a win there.
Well, I was saying on the broadcast when you were away that of course it's a special tournament for a lot of people, but you can't express how important of a tournament it is, how important this event is to the hometown boys. And you know, when you stand atop the podium as a Pulaski Red Raider, it's pretty special.
Yeah, I was telling someone today, like, I just wanted to win one of these. Clayton Whiting's out here winning 3, taking all of his opponents. I just wanted one, you know?
We are at 15 seconds left in the first period. Wow! Ooh. Holy moly, folks. Brody Zahn is a beast. Holy smokes. Beautiful high crotch shot, gets to the leg, changes level, hits a knee, low to high, gets a little lift, and picks up a takedown in the waning moments of the first period.
And on a big man at that.
A big man changing levels and taking down a big man. I love it. I love it. See those big guys attacking like 113-pounders? Bring it. Zahn in the bottom position, and Campbell looking to get something going, but decides to cut him. So we're neutral. There's that attack again. High crotch to the right leg, cuts across the double. Holy smokes! He's got leg hooked. He's got bottom shoulder. He's teed off, and he's got the fall.
Wow!
Whoa! Brody Zahn from Coleman.
What an attack by him for a big man to hit a knee and explode out. That's impressive.
Is impressive. Nice job by Brody Zahn picking up a fall at the 2-minute and 35-second mark of the match. Wow. That's just plain fun to watch. An attacking heavyweight like that. Hey, why stand around and push when you can change levels and score? That's something.
That was impressive.
Wow. Brody Zahn, congratulations. Impressive job there. Putting a finishing touch on things for Coleman. In the championship bout at 285, that was just plain fun to watch. I'm going to take a quick look here at your team scores, folks. We've got one match that's still going on mat number 2. It's in the third period. I believe that is the third place match. Maybe it's the fifth place match.
It's the fifth place match. I believe it's K-Lies or something from O'Connell Falls. He actually went to overtime with Campbell in the semis. So very well, almost could have been him right there in the final. So
that's right. But so you can probably hear, you know, plenty of people are exiting the building at this point. For the most part, things are over. Let me tell you about the top 5 teams. It's Freedom in 5th place. They just snuck ahead of Hortonville in 6th in the last few moments of the tournament. So Freedom in 5th with 114 points. Pulaski, again, I just got to say it, Brock, that I know it's not like you aim for 4th place. I get it. But that's a nice effort by that team today.
Yeah, you can't be too disappointed with that. I was checking the rankings, or the results throughout the day, and kind of saw where we were sitting. I was like, you really can't be too disappointed when you got Kaukauna, Coleman, Luxembourg, Casco, and the likes around. Right.
You know, a 4th place finish. Of course, you want to win it all, but that's just a nice showing for that Pulaski team. They scored 156 points. Today, and again, like you just mentioned, you look at the 3 teams that placed ahead of them. Luxembourg Casco, 179 in 3rd. Coleman with 196.5 in 2nd. And Kaukauna, your defending Division I state champs, walking away with it today, scoring 224 points. There's no embarrassment finishing fourth behind those three teams.
Not at all. Yeah, the Raiders did well, and the effort in those finals matches were really. It was just a good effort. It's good to see Gibbons get a win. Good to see Mason Wells get that win too. And like I said before, kind of a guy who's been a little slept on this year as far as the rankings and results, and really good to get a win over a quality opponent like that.
Well, there were quite a few Red Raiders who finished in the odd position, and that's what you want, right? You want to be 1-3-5 in that last round of the tournament. You might have heard a smattering of applause there. That's because we're going through the awards at 220 pounds. Let me help you out with that real quick. In fifth, it was Babiash from Denmark. In fourth, it was PC from Port Washington. He ended up fourth. He was the #1 seed coming in.
And a bi-state champion. Tough kid.
And a bi-state champion. So we mentioned the upset in the semis by Ross. But PC ends up in fourth. Thomas from Peshtigo is third. Ross from New London is second, and as we said, it's the hometown boy, Mason Wells, who gets the title at 220 pounds. Congratulations to all of those place winners at 220. We're going to hang in here for a little bit, folks, because I've already told you the way the team score shook out, but if we can, we'd like to deliver the information to you about who's going to win most falls in the least time, and perhaps the Outstanding Wrestler Award, if we can. But we'd also like to show you the medalists at 285 pounds, if possible. So we'll hang in here with the broadcast for just a little bit. It does take a little time as chairs are being picked up and mats are being rolled up and clocks are being put away, but we're going to hang in here for just a little bit. I'm still in awe of Zahn from Coleman. I'm just really impressed with his. And there's oftentimes, Brock, you know this, you work with a lot of the bigger guys in the Pulaski room. A lot of times, your strategy with those big guys is learn how to control the ties and just push and pull a little bit.
Find an angle here and there, and maybe snatch to a single. And we don't typically advise
going underneath a big guy.
Hit a knee and drive up and pick him up and drive him down, and he did it twice and didn't even look phased. And Campbell's no slouch. He's an athletic kid. He's a big kid. He's a tough competitor.
Yeah. Be fun to watch Zahn as we move ahead in February state tournament series. That's an impressive kid. Let's take a look at those medalists. They're on the stand right now from the 285-pound weight class. In fifth place was Khalees from Oconto Falls. Forgive me if I messed up that last name. In fourth place, we're about to hear the individual awards. Hang on a second. We're going to get the pin award here.
Falls Award. This goes to the wrestler that has the most pins in the least.
Most falls, least time on the championship side of the bracket.
On the winner's side of the bracket, and this year goes to a wrestler in 2 falls in a total of 56 seconds. Wrestling for Coleman, Carson Casper.
Carson Casper picks up the most falls, least time. Carson Casper from Coleman. The Larry Warchick Most Falls Least Time Award. Tells you he went out there and made it happen right away today, mixed things up. He had a couple of falls on that championship side of the bracket.
And now selected on a vote by the head coach.
And we are about to hear the Outstanding Wrestler Award.
The wrestler from Dakota, Grayson Clark.
And no shocker there, Grayson Clark from Kaukauna at 138 pounds. Really
I think that's well deserved, especially with the
too.
quality of, finalist opponents.
I couldn't agree more with you, Brock. Grayson was impressive all day long, and like you said, I mean, you said it during the broadcast when we were talking about that finals match. A quality opponent. Max Ronsman is tough, and Grayson really picked him apart and had an impressive victory there in the finals. So hats off to Grayson Clark, your outstanding wrestler of the championships here in the Pulaski Invitational. Let me go through those names real quick. At 285, I want to give those young men credit. Again, it was Kaliz from O'Connell Falls in 5th, and it was Krieger from Kaukauna in 4th, Vanderhyde from Freedom in 3rd. It was Campbell from Bayport in 2nd, and Zahn from Coleman, who has a new favorite fan in one Terry Manning. Wow, I was impressed with him. But that's the way it shakes out here in the Fred Kesley Fieldhouse. That brings the 52nd annual Pulaski Invite to a close. Once again, Coleman, your team runner-up. Kaukauna taking home the team title. It's been a great day of wrestling here in Pulaski, folks. On behalf of Brock Manning and the entire Raider Strong Network broadcast crew, I'm Terry Manning. Thanks for joining us, and good luck to all our area wrestlers as we head into the postseason. Good night, everyone.